Hello guys and welcome back to my Fate Grand Order Lostbelt 6 gameplay, and this will probably be the final video of Avalon Le Fae. So we have defeated Oberon. A little bit is left, the final arrow and the epilogue. So yeah, in the previous video we got to know what was the star, and also like what Oberon was, what was his motivations, why is he doing this, stuff like that. We kind of got to know. Fujimaru questioned him multiple times, asking him, and yeah, we had a battle. The battle wasn't that difficult, like compared to like all the other battles in this Lostbelt. I would say his battle was probably like I would say like his battle was probably the second easiest. Like the most easiest battle in this Lostbelt was what was his name? Beryl. Then I would say it was Oberon, because yeah, Oberon's gimmicks and his stuff weren't really that hardcore, unlike Kerunos having like layers and layers of like defense, and Morgan having her own stuff, like it wasn't really that difficult. So yeah, it was fairly easy. I had my two foreigners with me, like three foreigners with me, so I feel like having foreigners with you is going to make it even easier. So stuff like that. So it wasn't that difficult, but it was a good battle. And now we are in the final section. Let's see what Oberon has to say. Okay. Ooh. Right. It's loading again. Why is it taking? Okay, there you go. Okay. It's Lord Oberon. Everyone, come quick. Lord Oberon has returned. Please, Lord Oberon, tell us about the ones outside who wants to kill us. I'm back, everyone. Did you manage to survive the day again? Oh, you already burned to death. Gotcha. Well, that's okay. It was gonna happen eventually. I'll just tell you about the outside some other time then. Honestly, I haven't got any new stories right now anyway. Oh, it's you. Okay, what's happening here? Sorry, was I sleeping? Seriously, just how shameless are you, you bastard? Oops, there I go again. No more foul language from me. What are you doing here anyway? Did you fall asleep while we were fighting? Yeah, it's fine. It's just all a dream anyway. How about one last cup of tea before you go? I really haven't got anything left to say. I've already told you everything about my goal, what I'm really like, and how things got to this point. I really don't see what reason you could have to stick around here anymore. It's the end, right? What's the harm in being honest with me about how you feel now? Are you kidding me? You really are an idiot, aren't you? Even I'm not this bad. I've met insects with better memories than you. Yeah, you're the one who said you're a liar, right? Yeah, there you go. So, okay, you got me there. Well played. You're right, I do feel strongly about some things. A lot of the things, actually. Vortigern was Britain's destiny incarnate, and I was born as part of him. I'm not just Vortigern though, I'm Oberon too. Did I ever tell you about what the land of the Fae really is? It's all a big, fairy tale. A single story, nothing more. Oh really? One single story? A 14,000 year picture book Morgan wrote just to have somewhere to belong, even if it had to be fictional. 14,000 year picture book Morgan wrote just to have somewhere to belong, even if it had to be fictional. Oh. And you people rejected it just like you have all the others. You said it was wrong, that it was meaningless. Wait, what is he talking about? Oh, Oh, it took me a while to understand what he's talking about. Oh, he's talking about, I'm guessing this lost world. Is that what he's meaning? Like, okay, I didn't like that so much so that it even made me forget my disgust with everything. You make up characters who behave exactly like how you want them, put them in the kind of stories people dream about, stories so good they even change your very lives. Then you just laugh and dismiss them as nothing more than flights of fancy. So, you're angry about stories. That's right, there's still meaning to be found in even the most hackneyed of kingdoms or the most unsung side characters. Okay, I'm guessing he's talking about this Lostbelt and the Lost World. That is the fairy tale that he's talking about. And we rejected it, I guess. I think that's what he's saying. All those stories you people from reality just forgot the moment you finished the last page. They had every bit as much right to remain afterward as anything else. Oh well, there's no point in telling you this. You're human, you'll forget all about it once the next story comes along. Wait, let me check. All those stories you people from... No. Still meaning to be found in even most hackneyed of kingdom, unsung side characters. All those can. Oh well, there's no point in telling you this. You're human. Okay. Proper human history is all about growth and progress, right? Nothing is permanent there. It all just keeps going forever. Me, I find that stuff a huge pain in the ass. I was absolutely livid. That's why I wanted to end everything. Yeah, happy? Now wake up already. Wait a minute. Okay, first of all, he talks about how, okay, no. The first thing that he says is about Morgan, how Morgan wrote, a picture book. Morgan wrote just to have somewhere to belong, even if it had to be fictional. Yeah, you remember how Morgan was so happy thinking about proper human history is going to come. She's going to show everyone about this world and everything, and are they going to accept her or stuff like that? And then everything went wrong, So he says that you people rejected it, just like you have all others. You said it was wrong, that it was meaningless. Okay, I didn't like that so much that it even made me forget my disgust with everything. Okay, you make up characters who behave exactly how you put them in the kind of stories people dream about. Stories so good they even change your very lives. Then you laugh and dismiss them as nothing more than flights of fancy. Interesting. So he's literally talking about this whole situation, like, oh, we made a story about this Lostbelt. We put in Morgan over here and the other characters here who behave exactly how we want them to do. Put them in kind of stories people dream about. So good that they change your lives, and then we just dismiss them and forget them as the flights of fancy. We probably shed a few tears, and that is just it. We move on. I think that's what he's saying. This is extreme. This is like, he's like fourth wall breaking, I feel like. This low-key fourth wall breaking. That's right, there's still meaning to be found in even more of the hackneyed of kingdoms or the most unsung side characters. Those stories you people from reality just forget the moment you finish the last page. They had every bit as much right to remain afterward as everything else. There's no point telling you this, you're human, you'll forget about it. Okay. Proper human history is all about growth and progress. Nothing is permanent, I see. It all keeps going forever. Right, so he's saying like, yeah, you guys are just going to move on. Like, you read a story, you'll shed a few tears, it'll probably change your life. But then you're just going to forget it after you put the book back, and you'll just move on to the next one. And he's like, that is what proper human history is, growth and progress. We just keep moving. Nothing is permanent here. Me, I find that stuff a huge pain in the ass. I was absolutely livid. That's why I wanted to end everything. Oh wow. You don't need a morning lark or even an evening one. Not yet anyway. Alright, see you later, asshole of Chaldean. This journey might have sucked, but at least it was full of surprises. Good luck with the next one. I'll pray for your success just as hard as I can. Just as hard as I can. Where are you going? Where are you going? I'll come with you. Goodbye, friend of Oberon. Come visit Oberon's woods again sometime. Oh, wow. Damn. Yeah. Oberon! Oberon Vortigern has fallen off the deck and is plummeting into the hull. His Spade's Ghost suffered serious damage. For Vortigern, the abyssal worm, the sacred sword, is a double-edged blade, both sustenance and poison. He won't crawl back up here again, not with an injury like that. He will simply fall endlessly into a non-existent abyss. Falling down this hole forever. That sounds, yeah, like just like he described, in the previous video. No, it's okay. Oh, yeah, Castoria completed her mission, so now she's going to go. Oh, it seems I won't be able to bask in our victory. It is already time for me to leave. Well, give my regards to your Merlin. It's only right since I came here without asking. She must have walked here. I will, thank you. No, thank you. It was good to hear your voice. I am just glad I was able to help. This is the Stormborder command room. Do you read me, Fujimaru? We don't know how it happened, but we can at least see what's happening. Okay. We just picked up breakdown. No, a blockage in the conceptual space. The abyss is starting to lose all connection to the outside world. We need to get out of here before it completely closes up, or we'll be stuck falling here forever, yeah. So I'm going to point the Stormborder straight up and just try to fly us out of here at full speed. Fujimaru, Mash, you both need to get inside the border right now. Did you hear that, Master? What should we do? Yeah, just need to say our goodbyes, Please do not worry about me. I've already said my goodbyes. The girl who traveled with you, Artoria Castor, she existed only in this Lostbelt and will return to the planet's inner sea along with the shadow of paradise. However, her actions and the answers she found have been inscribed upon me. Exactly. This is what I was saying in the previous video, that Artoria is that Artoria. We won't be able to summon her, obviously, but after she went and I guess she, made a contract, and then she comes to help us out here. Now this Castoria will be able to summon, I'm guessing. I am not King Arthur. I am the concept of the sacred sword wielder, the knight of the sacred sword's given form. I'm the concept of the sacred sword's wielder. Concept of the sacred sword's wielder. Okay, the knight of the sacred sword given form. I only entrust the sacred sword to those who use it, to those who it has chosen. Ah, I see. So consider this a special bonus. It was an important contract after all, so I could not break it. Right, this was just a one-time thing. Indeed, just as you wished to help, so too did my other self. Now please hurry, you must not let yourselves be caught up in the abyssal worm's downfall. Farewell, Fujimaru, Mash. Tread onward without fear, for the light of the stargazers of Chaldea shall always illuminate your path. Goodbye, precious friend of Britain. Goodbye, kindred spirit. Senpai, come on, let's go. Right. Okay, Captain, Fujimaru and Mash are back inside. Now, punch it. Alright, activate all 4 Triton engines in parallel. Target speed 10,000 km per hour. Set a course out of this hollow. Let's go. Okay. Professor, how long before the exit collapses? Will we make it at this speed? Okay, it looks like we have about 5 minutes before the abyss is completely sealed. Since the computer room has been shut down for 20 minutes, I'm assuming that the ship has been falling constantly during that period. Okay, quick and dry calculations. Say we have fallen about 420 kilometers. So if we can push the border to Mach 8.5, even accounting for acceleration, deceleration, we should have no trouble get out in time. Wait, I just realized something. There's no point in calculating distance. We have fallen. Why? The hole is in. Oh, yeah, true. It's infinite. Now that we're inside, there is no entrance or exit. We can't possibly reach where we fell in, no matter how fast we fly. Oh. I see. Then we'll just have to make our own exit. Oh, okay. Captain, can the Stormboarder's cannons blast open the sides of the hole? If we can't make it to the exit by flying upwards, our only choice is to break down the hollow's very concept. It will be risky since there's no telling where we may emerge, but in 5 minutes time, even that risk will no longer be an option. Yeah, we're just going to. I'm sorry, but after all that fighting, we just don't have the power for that. Keeping the ship flying is the absolute best we can do. Even if we shut down one of the engines now, we won't have nearly enough time to create a spirit on warhead. Then you mean we can't leave? All because there's no exit? Well, I'm afraid so. And once the hollow is completely blocked off, we won't be able to go anywhere. Once this hollow loses its connection to the outside world, it will be even more inescapable than a black hole. A black hole may be a mass of gravity so dense that even light can't break free, but at least it still has an exit. Oh wow. Theoretically, one could still make their way out if they could achieve faster than light travel, true. Okay, but this one won't be. But there simply is no means of escaping this hollow. This is an inescapable space that no man-made transportation technology can leave, regardless of how advanced. It is truly the epitome of a pitfall. Even as we are ascending, we continue to fall towards the abyss. Damn it, man, this is no time to be admiring it. Isn't there anything we can do? It's not as though we are under attack or the ship is about to explode. I'll be damned if I'm just going to admit defeat here just because of a missing eggs. Whoa, what's happening? What is that? Guys, I picked up some kind of explosion 3,000 kilometers away. The hollow's been ripped open. I can see the outside again. Who did that? That thermic ray has got to be Albion. Oh, Albion just fired off a mana blast. I don't know why she did it, but Albion just attacked the abyssal wall. Oh. Okay. She falls to the ground, her strength exhausted. The sky of the end times looms overhead. Still yearning for the distant horizon, she continued to descend. Her intelligence and memories were gone. Everything that made her who she was had been shattered. All that remained now was the decaying corpse of a long-dead dragon. A falling star with neither purpose nor desire, doomed to scatter upon impact. And yet she still felt pain in her hollow chest. There was still something she desperately needed to remember. Searching. Here, the Lake District. In an instant, old sights flashed before her eyes and shattered forever. With each memory, sparks flew from her cells. It was as though they were telling her what she is, what she used to be, and why she'd flown around this place for so long. Yep. And Aurora, obviously, in the end. Yep. There, she saw it. Fairy Britain's destroyer, the one who brought it to its conclusion. True. God damn. Britain's white dragon. Possessed of same name as her, it was finality given form, swallowing up the entire world that she loved, she called home. Britain's white dragon. Okay, wait a minute, just a minute. Isn't? Yeah. Wait, okay. Oh, okay. For a moment, I didn't understand this part. It says Britain's white dragon. Okay, so yeah, Albion is white. It's a white dragon, isn't it? And I think the red dragon is. Oh, it just. It was. Wait a minute. Let me check. Just a minute. I'm pretty sure. Artorian. Okay. Someone wrote this in the comment. I don't remember now. The white and the red dragon. God damn, my internet is not working here. Oh, okay. I'm just going to come back. Okay, yeah. What I was saying. Possessed of the same name as her, it was finality given form, swallowing up the entire world. Those she loved had called home. Okay, is that why? Okay, I see. So that is the reason why Albion tore apart, apart the Abyssal Worm, because she did not want this world, the people who she loved, the world that they call home, to be destroyed or swallowed up. She spread her broken wings and summoned her voice through her crushed throat. Her scales peeled away as she flies. Her flesh began to slot off, unable to handle the strain of reactivation. She knew this and flew on anyway. That's right, I have to fly. I have to fly. Even if I never did anything honorable as a fairy, even if I never did anything noble as a knight, even if I am a freak of nature who was just imitating people all along, she wasn't a British fairy. As higher form of life, she was a perpetual outsider, neither fairy nor human. As the dragon who presides over the border, she was considered part of proper human history even within a Lostbelt. Oh. Presides over the border. Okay. As a life form from the outside, there had never been a place for her in this Britain. I'll never know the ground or peace. I'll never have what I truly want. All I have is this sight right here before me, the border that separates Earth from the heavens and the stars from space. And yet there was still something she had gained, something that, whether false or abandoned, she had found for herself. She could remember nothing now, but the fact alone that her memory circuits were blank proved that, yeah, those memories once existed. True. This body's name, the name it was given here. The wind resistance whittled her body down. Every increase in speed chipped away at her dragon form a little more. If she kept going, she would soon self-destruct. The few moments remaining to her had nearly passed. No weapon could behave like this. No living thing would do something so paradoxical. The dragon understood it was acting erratically, and yet it persisted. Objective: stop anyone aiding Britain's destruction. Reason unknown. Yeah. And the fire that shone in her eyes drove her to fly faster. My name is Melusine, Tamlin Melusine. Now fly, even if you are just an animated corpse, you still must fly. She tore through the air, soaring over the destruction below and flying straight for her enemy. And so the crumbling dragon, one of the beings who found salvation in Britain, let out her final roar. Yep. So like she said, since this place gave her so many things, she's returning it back. Oh, Aurora's still there, obviously. Ah, that sound. A vaguely irritating sound jolted her to her senses. Several hours after the Tamlin ran her through, she slowly opened her eyes, still sprawled on her back. Damn. It's so quiet. The rides must have died down. Of course they have. They were at it for so long. They must have finally exhausted themselves. You see, I told you all we had to do was wait. Someone always takes care of my problems if I'm patient enough. Oh my god. It's always been that way for me. Why should this be any different? She coughed a few times, her throat oddly parched. Then she smiled a gentle smile and began an elegant speech just as she had many times before. But there was no one to hear it. Everyone in her city was dead. All she received in response was visions of her past. Insect on the decks. You know what your one and only love is? Shining brighter than anyone else. You know what your one and only love is? Shining brighter than anyone else. Okay. You would never think to improve yourself. The very notion of growth and effort is alien to you. Yeah, so she's like, she's always perfect, that kind of thing. And why shouldn't they be? You've been perfect from, there you go, the moment you came to existence. You don't have to work like the Earth clan. You don't have to suffer injury like the Fan clan. You don't have to study like the Wing clan. You don't have to serve like the Mirror clan. No, the Wind clan's value lies solely in existing in the first place, and you, Aurora, are the very avatar of that value. You don't love anyone, but you also don't want anyone. All you need is ornaments to further adorn yourself. Yep. What a wonderful way to live. I think it's fabulous. In fact, I really love it. Okay, is this Oberon's, like, you know, like the whole, like it's written insect on the desk. So, but you're diminished whenever someone grows more popular than you. Of course, you would never get your hands dirty. You have all the people who adore you for that. Just like you did at Lindenium and with Ainsel. Yeah. There you go. Huh, whatever are you talking about, Oberon? They both deserved what happened to them. Okay. Yeah, okay, someone in the comments previously told me that there is a speculation that the whole thing in Londinium was also her fault. You know, like, not this, the current one, the previous one. The whole, when Uther was the king and everything, tried to become the king, was also her doing. So I'm guessing this is where the speculation comes from. Huh, whatever you're talking about, Oberon, they both deserved what happened to them. I was sad when I learned they were dead, but I suppose they must have done something to earn someone's ire. Ah, I see, how wonderful. I must have just imagined that you sent them to the Western Human Ranch knowing Gawain had a visit planned just when they arrived. Oh wow. Right, okay, so that was also her. Oh wow. This is crazy. Like everything that we thought, like most of the things that we thought that Morgan was the one behind them, half of the things were Aurora's was behind them. Great. And you know what the funny thing about Aurora is? As like, you know, like how they mention how she's supposed to be perfect. That is why she's like, oh, I don't have to do anything, it'll take care of itself. It always does. And even though she's the one instigating everything, she doesn't believe that she's the one at fault, because she's supposed to be perfect, you know. If she's the one at fault, that wouldn't do. So like that's how, what can I say, mentally like tapped she is. Just completely like, you know, like she's doing something wrong, but she believes that she's perfect and she knows that what she's doing is wrong. So that is why she does something wrong and then she completely denies and forgets and doesn't believe the fact that she's the one who did it. She's like, oh, it fixed itself. Wow, magic, that kind of thing, even though she's the one who, you know. I must have dreamed that you assigned one of your most capable Fae horses to monitor them and report to you. Yup, there you go. Huh, true. I didn't know Gawain would be going there that day. But was it wrong to have her meet the Child of Prophecy? Not at all. You helped me move my plans and clear away a few actors in a stroke. Anyway, I'd better get going. Have fun scheming with Spriggan. Ah, leaving so soon. That's such a shame. I thought you were going to tell me more fun stories today. You don't need me for that. You're already aware of almost everything that happens in Britain, right? Really, nobody can compare to the Wind clan when it comes to espionage. Your Wind tidings can manipulate information so easily, it's genuinely terrifying. Oh wow. So she literally knows everything. Oh, but I will say this. Would you mind leaving Artori and Fujimaru alone? I'm going to need both of them in order to defeat Morgan. Oh my, you're never so serious. It's almost enough to make me jealous of them. Oberon, you told me your only goal was to remove Morgan from the throne. But can I really trust you? You're not just some nasty vermin that snuck into my Britain, are you? Of course not. Everything I do is for Britain's future. That's why I've been telling you all this time. I truly believe you're the best one suited to rule it. That said, you probably shouldn't trust me too much. No, everything I say is a lie after all. Yep. Huh? What do you mean by that? If everything you say is a lie, that would mean you're also lying when you say not to trust. That's just the kind of heroic spirit I am. I'm not hiding the truth or spreading falsehoods. It's just that everything OBERON the Fate King says becomes something that was never worth believing. Interesting. Okay. It doesn't matter if I speak the truth or not. Once I say it, it becomes a lie. Oh wow. You and I are opposites in that regard, Aurora. Everything you say becomes true. No matter what dark feelings you harbor or how falsely you may present yourself, the moment you say something, everyone, fairies, humans, even you yourself, takes it as the gospel of truth. Exactly. You're so silly, Oberon. I never know what it's you're talking about. Well, obviously you wouldn't know because, Are you calling me a liar? As in, it takes a liar to know a liar? Not at all. You're not even aware you're lying, right? Yeah. I guess then that makes it a truth. You're both an aggressor and an innocent bystander. That's how you've survived this long. The very idea that you're Britain's most beautiful fairy is ridiculous. No, what you are is Britain's most innocent usurper. Innocent usurper. Wow, what a combination of words. He really was adorable. I should have caught and killed him when I had the chance. To be the most beautiful fairy in Britain, to be the fairy who shone brightest of all. That was her only purpose. She spent every minute of her 3,000 years being exactly that. For her, lying and scheming weren't crimes. They were just the cost of being her. Yeah, and Melusine also kind of commented on this. Like how if she stops doing that, she won't be herself and she'll just wither away. She had no concept of evil or of good. She only ever thought of ways to keep shining. That said, there was this one time she did something that wasn't solely for her own benefit. Oh, which was? Oh, when she rescued. It was in the Lake District during the era of the High Queen, 1600, where she went to inspect the Mirklands town along with her ladies in waiting. There, she found a strange creature in the dark bog. It was a writhing mass of flesh, a thing even fouler than its putrid surroundings. Oh my! It was a calculated act, a way for her to show off to her servants. Yeah. Just imagine it, Britain's most beautiful fairy helping Britain's most grotesque creature. A ploy to spread the word about what a wonderful selfless fairy she must be to do such a thing. My name is Aurora, what is yours? What she hadn't expected was for the mass of flesh she cradled in her arms to begin weeping like a person. She had never before seen tears so sad, so utterly genuine. Never before she had been moved by her own actions rather than the envy she so enjoyed them creating. Oh wow. Never before she had ever been so moved by her own actions rather than the envy she so enjoyed them creating. Yeah, so I guess that was like the moment she kind of did a selfless act for the first time and the last time. Because like she said, she usually does it for the envy of everyone. They'll be like, oh, look at this, the most beautiful lady doing this. And for that she does it. But at that moment she probably, she was moved by her own actions at that moment. So others' envy didn't matter at that particular moment. Honestly, I never wanted to touch that thing. I want to be just like you. That was what the mass of flesh said before transforming into a beautiful fairy. Though Aurora's youth was eternal, she still suffered from decline. Her wings had continued to lose their luster ever since the era of the High Queen began, and her natural shine would grow dim without a steady supply of new and unusual delights. And yet, that girl, she was stronger than anything, more beautiful than anyone. She never declined, even in the smallest way. She didn't need to be innocent, so she would never realize what a monster she was. She didn't need to be innocent, so she would never. Oh. You see? There, she's right now. Wow, so she just envied. I wouldn't call it envy, but you can say that she envied Melusine. Even though she, even though she was the complete opposite of her. What she says here. She was stronger than anything, more beautiful than anyone, never declined, even in the smallest way. She didn't need to be innocent, so she would never realize what a monster she is. Which is exactly what Aurora is. She needs to be innocent, so she never realizes what a monster she is. However, Melusine didn't need to do that. And I guess she envied that. A dragon fairy soaring nobly through the sky. How irritating, how contemptible, how revolting. Aurora was struck on the ground covered in dirt and grime, while the dragon fairy shone more beautifully than everyone. Foolish girl, if you kill me, the dragon fairy would return to being no more than a mass of flesh. True. Aurora would never come to love the dragon. She was so certain she would never return his affection. She wanted nothing more than for the dragon to suffer, continually despondent at never hearing the simple statement of genuine affection she so craved. It was that longing, that despair, that made the dragon the fairy she was. That's why it benefited the dragon to continue protecting Aurora, the source of her suffering. Yeah, like she kind of said that. Like, she protected Aurora for... Okay, where's the point? Yeah, because she's the one who gave her form, I guess you could say. The fact that she had feelings for Aurora made her keep going, and she genuinely cared for her. And in the end, she did have a chance to keep Aurora, like, when Aurora said that, oh, I want to go to proper human history, to the actual world. She could have let this continue. As she said, it benefited the dragon to continue protecting Aurora, the source of her suffering. She could have still kept that going, just so that she could survive. Melusine. However, Melusine here shows her genuine affection, where she says that if I let you go there, it will just be for me, because over there in proper human history, you're just going to suffer. So to keep myself surviving, I could easily do that, but I'm not going to do that because I genuinely care about you. But it hadn't been her own benefit that the dragon killed Aurora. Yeah, there you go. It had been for Aurora's. Yes, that's right. I'm not afraid to die. What I fear is losing my radiance, having my colors fade and no longer being special. That's why, even though the dragon knew that doing so would turn her back into the hideous mass of flesh she used to be, she still chose to kill her. Yeah, Aurora, the miracle that saved her, the one she loved more than anything else in the world. What an utterly loathsome creature. Fine, I'm glad to finally be free of it. You see, Oberon, idiocy like that is the stuff of true innocence. She had only cradled that mass of flesh to show off what a good person she was. It reflected her inner ugliness as clearly as a lake. Go away, go away. But the creature born from that hideous mass was truly beautiful. Aurora realized she had done something good for the first time in her life and smiled. Higher, higher, as high as you possibly can. And so, gazing upwards with childlike innocence as the dragon's corpse scattered like dust in the wind, Aurora also breathed her last, I'm guessing. Aurora faded away and her radiance finally faded. Yep, and this is why the abyssal worm is getting, because Albion shot. There's the exit. Yes, I see it too, but why in the world did Albion do that? We can worry about that later. Da Vinci, what's our distance to the target? We're 800 kilometers away from the rift. It's farther than it looks, but we can totally make it, Captain. Everyone, hold on to whatever you can. Manure, maximum power. Forget all the safeties and just get us out of here. Aye aye, Captain. Full speed ahead. I'll punch it all the way to the sun if I have to. Okay? Oberon was falling. He kept falling down the bottomless void along an endless shaft. He had no strength left to fly. No, actually. Damn, the wings on my back are just for show. I could never fly, stupid. He smiled a hateful smile. He was truly enjoying himself. He may have been defeated, but he'll still accomplished his goal. Oh wow, even his wings were a lie. The wings on my back are just for show. His only regret was that he hadn't been able to take Caldia down with him. Go on, get out of here. It'll be a relief not to have to see your damn faces again anymore. Further. The foreign mage, the other child of prophecy, the companions he had spent his long journey with, flew further into the distant sky. Then after Oberon the liar had hatefully seen them off, oh well, who cares? What matters is that I killed Britain, just like I wanted. Although, I'm sorry, Titania, my fictional queen who loved me in all my twisted ways. I'm sorry I couldn't get rid of those proper human history bastards for you. Wait, what? Titania, one who was created for a single purpose, then discarded the moment it had been served. The sacrificial love of his life who could only exist within the story. Maybe he'd already met someone similar to her. Wait, Titania? I'm sorry, I couldn't get this properly. One who was created for a single purpose, then discarded the moment it had been. Okay, I feel like I would have understood the whole context if I read A Midsummer Night's Dream, because I literally have no idea what Titania, like what type of character was Titania in the story. So I feel like I could have made a parallel here, but I cannot because I have no. I've read a lot of the other Shakespearean like stories, like King Lear, and like Merchant of Venice, As You Like It. However, I haven't read A Midsummer's Night Dream. Okay, but one thing I can understand here is like he's saying Titania, one who was created for a single purpose, then discarded the moment it has been served. The sacrificial love of his life who could only exist within the story. Maybe he'd already met someone similar to her. Is he talking about Morgan? I think. So Morgan was the most similar to Titania, I'm guessing. Because I remember him saying in this video only a few moments ago, he talked about Morgan as to how he felt bad for her because as if, like she wrote this story where she could only exist, but then we from proper human history was like, oh, this wouldn't work, and we just discarded it. He said that, and he's saying that again over here. Titania, one who was created for a single purpose, yeah, then discarded the moment it had been served. Sacrificial love of his life who could only exist within the story. Again, before he kind of said how Morgan made a story, this lost world, where she could only exist. Maybe he'd only met someone similar to her. Yeah, so he's talking about Morgan, I think. I don't know, I'm not really sure. But even if he had, Oberon the liar would never be able to believe it. You know, it's weird. Even though I got the ever-living crap kicked out of me, I still feel strangely at peace. The hole in the abyss disappeared as he continued his endless fall. There. So, that's proper human history sky, huh? Damn it, it's so beautiful. It makes me sick. The infinite hollow sealed itself as the abyssal worm fell on a destination forever beyond. The destination forever beyond his reach. Oh. That is it. Okay, one thing we got the reasoning why Castoria can be summoned. We got to know that, you know. But like, I still don't know how Oberon can be summoned. Like, I guess because he's from proper human history, he has like, even though he's from this Lostbelt, Vortigern, however, you know, Oberon is from proper human history, I would say. So as he said, like, he's like a mixture of both, I think, Vortigern and Oberon. And is that why he can be summoned? Because technically he is from proper human history. He's a story from Shakespeare's novels. He's a character from a story of Shakespeare. I'm guessing that's why. Unlike Castoria, who's supposed to be completely from this Lostbelt, however, she went to Avalon and then made a contract and then, like, you know, returned our calls and came to help us out. After getting selected by, you know, like after. Yeah, okay, I think so. Okay, here we go, the epilogue. Approaching the mirror, word playing into standard space in 40, 30, 20. Shut off Triton engines 2 through 4. Get us back to normal speed. Here it comes, everyone. Brace for impact. We're about to reach the British Lostbelt's. No, regular British airspace. Okay. And here we go. We're back. The blue sky and Senpai, look out at the window. I see it. It's our sky. We're in our own world. Why don't we go out the deck and see it up close? Attention all staff, the storm border has successfully returned to the British airspace. We are standing down from high alert. Please return all weaponry to the armory and resume your standard duties. First, I'm told Commander Gordon would like to say a few words. The floor is yours, Commander. Right then. First of all, I want to congratulate you all on completing this extraordinarily long mission. The field team did exemplary work in investigating this mysterious island, enlisting help from the local populace and preventing the world's collapse. And for 50 days, our staff remained vigilantly on standby in almost total darkness, all while keeping the border shipshape. Thanks to all your efforts, Shiba is now back to normal parameters. This is, of course, means the collapse that was predicted to spread from Britain to the rest of the world has been completely averted. So, I am proud to announce that as of this moment, our operation in the British Lostbelt is concluded. Congratulations? Hip hip hooray? Is that the best you can do, Chubby? You really ought to brush up your vocabulary. I was just saying what I felt. If you think you can do better, you can try giving the next speech. Do you know how hard it is to be cool, collected, and eloquent with the spotlight on you? The answer is pretty damn. Good grief. Da Vinci, could you please give me the mic again? Next, I have some more mundane news. Okay, what? We are currently flying at low speed so we can run diagnostics on all our systems. I've put up an air net around the deck so for the next 20 minutes, those who wish to go out there may do so. Take a look. It might not be easy, but it's still important. Go, make one last memory of Britain before we leave it behind. Oh, okay. Feels like forever since I saw the sky this color. Although this Britain, fairy Britain is gone now. Yeah. But it still existed, just like the other Lostbelts. Right. I learned so many valuable things on this journey. I'll treasure these memories forever. Hey Fujimaru, Marsh. Da Vinci, did you come to take one last look at the Britain too? Sure did. After all the time I spent traveling around it, I figure I should say a final goodbye. Plus, I wanted to toast Mike with this wine I got from the baker. So long, Mike. I bet you're doing great things with your pub right now. In fact, I know you are, even if you're from a different world that has been restored and pruned away. Even if it's no longer possible to observe it now that this universe has deemed it unnecessary. The planet still remembers everything that once existed on it. One of these days I'm going to cross that border so I can pay you a visit and see how far you have come. Yeah. Alright, that's not the only reason I came here. You guys gotta come with me to the workshop now. The Spirit Origin graph just started glowing out of nowhere and I also heard what sounds like meowing. Oh, okay. Abina is here. Help me check the summoner, will you? There's no telling what might pop out from it. I see. Leave it to me. I can handle whatever it throws at us. After all, the power-ups I got from Fairy Britain, I'm basically super Kyrielite. Yeah, about that, Marsh. I don't think... Yeah, you have that anymore. But it's fine. Yes, what is it, Master? I'm afraid the Spirit Origin's output is back to normal. Yup. That's okay, I knew that. I'll just save my disappointment for later. Anyway, never mind that now. We still have to go to Da Vinci's workshop. But you know what? Even though, you know, like, the capabilities or her power is gone, that experience will still live on. I'm not sure why, but I'm really excited about this. I think we're about to meet someone wonderful. You sure about that? Well, okay. I guess I can trust Super Kyrielite's intuition. Okay, Britain, this is it. Thanks for introducing us to so many great people. Now come on, Fujimaru, we've got a long way to go. It's time we stopped reminiscing and went back to our own home. Yeah, goodbye, Britain. You know, this is kind of exciting. I wonder what sort of heroic spirit we're about to meet. Okay, I'm guessing Habitat will now be unlocked in the French summon, as far as I know. Wait, what is this? Oh, this is Sion's. Trismegistus 2, Catastrophe Defragmentation halted. Transitioning to Catastrophe Automation. Great work on discovering and repairing this unexpected dead end. I really have to hand it to Chaldea. It only took them 23 hours and 58 minutes to prevent the collapse. But there is no time to celebrate. I need to get ready for the next dead end point. Let me see. It looks like the other potentially nasty incidents ahead are the Meteor Beast, yup, that flew off from Britain, and what could end up being the single largest singularity to date. Tunguska Sanctuary. As for Kadok's recovery, it does not seem that there is any way to remove his serious light, so we will just have to give up on that. So the Eurograph prediction is not a problem. Revolt, eyelid. I do not get it. In Arab, what? Wait, what was that? Oh, it's hieroglyphic. Okay, I'm like, what is he saying? Not a problem. Revolt, eyelid. I do not get it. It's in Arabic, please. In Arabic, please. Oh well, I will just ignore it for now. More importantly, I think it is time to focus on the big gal herself. I wonder what she's going to do next. So this is what our future has in store. I cannot say it's unexpected, but it does not leave as much time. I had better hurry and make preparations. Kaldi has conquered 6 Lostbelts, and the foreign god has surely finished her studies at this point. So now we only have a single target left. We each only have a single target left. This will no doubt be our last victory without any casualties. There is simply no way we can all make it out unscathed from what comes next, is there? Okay. That is it. Ooh. Cosmos denial. Okay, that is it. Level cap increase. Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. Bond limited. Oh. Alright. But yeah, obviously, with the, like I said, the experiences will live on, so. Task skill Fae Eyes in the Fae attribute. Name of Arthur's unique skill, Soul of Selection, Sacred Soul Creation. Have not been changed, obviously. Victoria, Caster, and Morgan's unique skill, Protection of the Lake has been changed to Avalon Le Fae. Skill effects have not been changed. Name of Overall's class. Okay. Been upgraded. Gloucester, okay, wait. Yay, Habanera. Oh, so we get one Habitat like for free, and then we'll have to get the other ones from the friend summon. Okay. Oh, that's Artoria, Gareth, and Nocnaria, I'm guessing. If only she had never seen the future. If only she had never inherited the High Queen's duty. If only Paradise had given her a different mission. And if only the fairy Britain she imagined in her dreams had continued. Surely many fairies would have come to visit the dazzling fortress. It would have been filled with blinding light, sunlight, and the laughter of good friends. There would have been many happy lives crossing paths to the street. She wouldn't be wearing anything fancy, but she would have worn a familiar star-shaped hairpin. This is what her spring memories might have been like. Even if that future never comes to pass, surely there would have been days like that. Well, yeah. And Habitat has been summoned. The new servant.
ここがカルディアってところへえ、魔術師の工房だっていうから怖い洞窟みたいなの想像してたけど綺麗でおしゃれでかっこいいじゃんこれなら長居してやってもいいなあ、僕はハベトロット
ハベトロット
花嫁の味方で裁縫の達人でハッピーエンドを運ぶ妖精なんだけど僕の宝具なんか妙にごっつい
Well, because, you know
君たちどうしてか知ってるか
Oh my god, wow. That's funny. You can go, yeah, there you go. And that is it. Right. Okay. Yep, there you go. That is the end of Lostbelt 6. And you can see this little light here. Yep, there you go. That is Tunguska Sanctuary, I'm guessing. And obviously on top of that is Lostbelt 7. Oh yeah, right. So there you go. In the end, we get to see, you know, like how the whole thing went down. Oberon got defeated, and like, okay, here's the thing. There's a few things that I need to talk here. First of all, they kind of implied that obviously, like, Morgan isn't Titania, but they kind of implied that like Morgan was a lot like Titania, and Oberon said it kind of said something like, who knows, maybe I have met someone like her in this Lostbelt, but I am a liar, how would I know? I would just deny it. Something like that he said. So I'm guessing that is just their way, because yeah, like he did mention before that he did not like the fact that Morgan, even though she wanted the best for this place, and she made this, obviously this is like a fictional thing. To survive here, to get this thing to herself, she made this possible. She made this like a fictional thing, and she decided to survive alongside it. However, we from Proper Human History decided that that's not it, and we just just denied it. So that thing, and that is the same thing he says when he talks about Titania as well. So I don't know, maybe that was like a little I would say like a little parallel we were seeing. Let me know. Also, the ending part of what's her name, Aurora and Lancelot or Melusi is kind of interesting. As you can see that now we can properly fully understand what type of character Aurora is. Aurora is just, how can I explain, Aurora is probably the best example of how a fairy is, and how a fairy, or how all the fairies are, how they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be like Aurora, completely devoted to their goal, and just completely going along with it. Aurora was so, her whole only goal was to, I guess you could say, think about herself, love herself, and shine in her own radiance. That was her goal, that was her nature, and if she go against it, she'll just wither away. So she was able to keep that going for 3,000 years. That is why I'm saying she's probably the best example of a fairy. As a fairy, you could probably give her as an example and be like, oh, this is what fairies are supposed to be. This is what an ideal fairy is like. But since she is the representation of an ideal fairy, that kind of makes her more, I guess you could say, inhumane, if that's the proper way to kind of express it. It makes her more inhumane. She had so many qualities that in no way it is possible to have for a completely normal human being to have, unless and until you're completely messed up in the head. You cannot think like that, and that's what fairies are. They only have one goal, and they just go with it and go along it. Otherwise they just die and wither away. So her whole thing was that she is supposed to be innocent, beautiful, and radiant. That was her whole thing. So it's kind of, I guess you could say, what can I say, to be beautiful, radiant, and innocent, she has to be the one in the spotlight. So she always tries to be like that, but sometimes a few people comes in who always snatches the spotlight from her. So that would mean she's not the best or the top fairy. Someone else is going to take it away from her. So that is when she does all of these things, these type of schemings and all that stuff, and she makes them fall. And then she again becomes the top fairy. And when asked that, oh, why did you do this? She'll be like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. I'm not the one who did it. It just happened. Even though she's the one who has been doing all of this. Again, it's not because she is manipulative or she's, I guess you could say, evil that she's doing this or acting like this. This is her nature. Her nature is to be the best, to be the most innocent, and to be the most beautiful. So as soon as she tries to make others fall, that immediately completely negates her quality. Like her quality of being innocent gets negated there. She's not innocent anymore. But she has to do that if she needs to be in the top. So that is why I say it's a paradoxical situation. To make her the top, she needs to take down the person who's at the top. And if she does that, she's not innocent anymore. So she does that, and she believes herself and makes others believe as well that she never did it. She's innocent, and she wholeheartedly believes that. So that is her whole thing, and it's actually scary how weird the whole thing is. Like, she does something wrong, and then she's like, oh, I didn't do it, and she actually genuinely believes that she doesn't do it. If you put a lie detector to her, and ask her that, oh, did you do it? The lie detector probably won't go off, because she genuinely believes she didn't do it. That is her whole thing, because if she believes that she's the one who did it, that is going to not make her innocent anymore, and that will defeat the whole purpose of her being a fairy, her whole goal of a fairy. So that was her. That was Aurora. Completely, I guess you could say, the most fairy out of all. Her qualities were the most fairy-like. She was true to herself, extremely. And Melusine was kind of the opposite. She was disgusting, as Aurora said, just a mass of flesh writhing. But after she took her form, she became beautiful. And little by little, Aurora also realized that she's completely opposite to Aurora. She isn't innocent, so but she still is, like she doesn't believe herself to be innocent as well. So she's completely opposite to Aurora, and I guess in the end she kind of envied that a little bit. And so that was the whole thing. And for Melusine, you could say that her love was genuine. Again, another point where you can say how Aurora and Melusine were completely opposite. Aurora could only love herself, Melusine could only love Aurora. And that's the whole thing, Since Aurora could only love herself, she only thought about herself, did things for her own, like sake and everything. However, for Melusine, since she could only love Aurora, she could have just listened to Aurora and went to proper human history. However, she wanted the best for her. That's why she decided to kill her. For her own good, for her own betterment. And for doing and since she did that, she lost her form. That's what Aurora said, like, you foolish fairy. You killed me, so now you're going to just wither away, because I am the one who you saw and you took that form. So if I die, you're just going to become dust. You become the previous self that you were, just a writhing mass of flesh. So even though she knew that, she killed Aurora because she wanted the best for her. And so that was it. And what else? In the end, we get to see them coming out, and Habitrot is here. I'm gonna do the summoning and try to get more of Habitrot in the later on. Try to NP5 her, and I'm gonna check out Habitrot's skills and everything properly. Like, I did kind of see her skills and everything, but I'll do it once more. And she's more of a healing type of character. She just heals you and gives you that. Okay, I'll check her skills out properly later. But anyways, that was it. That was a crazy journey. This is this is video number 49. Oh my god, 49 days of, oh my god, that was crazy. Wow, more than a month, 1.5 months, almost. Yeah, no, more than 1.5 months. Damn, that's crazy. Oh my god. So that was really good. The story was amazing. Obviously, I can understand why people praises this Lostbelt now. And like so many things happened that after this I'm going to react to that one video that has an AMV on it had a few spoilers for Lostbelt 6, so I didn't react to it before. Now I can do it. And a few more things I'll probably react to that I didn't do because Lostbelt 6 was there. And I'm going to continue the Wakara Night series. I think that's what it's called. A lot of episodes has come out, and I'm going to do a few more other videos as well. And obviously summer event is going to come. I'm going to do that as well, do the summoning, all that stuff upcoming, Like, yeah, so let's go. Anyways, my overall impression of this Lostbelt is that it is great. Obviously, we had one of the strongest boss battles here. Not only that, the twists and turns and everything, you know, like the whole story of Morgan, you know, like coming from proper human history, transferring her memories, shifting her memories, and then becoming this Morgan, and you know, like all that stuff. And then after Morgan died, how Aurora completely destroyed this Lostbelt with her one thing. And then, you know, in comes the person lurking beneath the shadows, Oberon. He comes out and he's like, yes, Morgan is down, perfect time to take down Britain. And yeah, he was successful. However, as he said in the end, I wasn't able to take down Caldia, but it's okay, you know. And yeah, so that was it. It was a great experience. I loved it, like every single part of it. And okay, you know what? Let me try to think. Is there any answer that hasn't been answered? Any question that hasn't been answered? Any question that hasn't been answered? I don't think so. I think all the questions have been answered. Or I'm probably just forgetting. Maybe there is one or two that I still haven't understood, but I can't remember it. I doubt that is the case, because I think like everything got answered. Maybe there's one or two that I probably cannot remember, very small little details that I didn't understand, but I cannot remember it now. So yeah, everything was answered, and it was done in a very nice way. And yeah, I think everything has been answered, most probably. But yeah, so that is it, guys. Thank you for watching. This is the end of Lostbelt 6, and yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. And like I said, I'm going to continue with the stuff that I usually do on FGO, you know, like the events that will come, I'll do them, record the gameplay, the summer event, and the Wakara Night series, some more AMVs, and you know, like usual stuff that I do. I'm going to do those. And yeah, if there's anything you want to recommend, you know, recommend in the comment section. You know, AMVs and stuff. Like up until now, I wasn't able to do anything related to Lostbelt 6, but now I can do it. And yeah, so that is it. Okay, if I had to rank this out of all the Lostbelts, I would probably put this number 1, because overall this was a great experience. However, I feel like Lostbelt 5 Atlantis has a very special place in my heart. You know, especially the final few sections, one after the other, like what everything happens, the whole storyline, how everyone gets involved in it. You know, Charlotte Corday, Orion, Mandicardo, Achilles, like every single character, like how they get involved and how everyone plays a part. That was probably one of the best storytellings I've ever seen or I've ever heard. So that has a special place for me, I feel like. However, overall, if I have to judge the Lostbelt 6 is definitely number 1. You know. So yeah, but that you know, like I still rate that high. The final part of Lostbelt 5 Atlantis, I rate that even higher than this. I would probably say that little section, that final section. But like I said, that is only the final section. You know, overall, if I had to judge, yeah, Lostbelt 6 is number 1. Then I would put Lostbelt 5 Olympus. Then I would put Lostbelt 5 Atlantis. You know, but that singular portion in the end of Atlantis still reigns top in my heart. You know, I don't know, like there's something about the final part of Atlantis that I will never be able to forget, and it's crazy. But yeah, overall, this is probably the best Lostbelt till date. So yeah, that was brilliant. It felt like you know, I loved the whole not time traveling, but that whole little trick that was going on with Morgan and everything, the mystery and everything. It was really good. And yeah, you know, we met so many beautiful characters, so many bad characters as well. You know, the whole fairy Britain was completely messed up. However, yeah, now we understand that just the inherent nature of the fairies, nothing you can do about it. I mean, that's just them. And oh, we also got a little bit of information about Sapphire and how this Lostbelt went in a completely different direction. You know, like what is the purpose of Paradise? A lot of things we got to know here. So that is why I'm saying overall this is the best, but the final part of Atlantis is still special for me. So yeah, anyways, so I'm going to end this here. I will see you guys in the next Fate Grand Order video. So yes, see you guys later. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.